front of you, together with his lovely wife, is this man. His name is Brian, and he is the president. How often have you heard that one, right?
This is the first time.
Okay. He is a marketing specialist and expert on relationship marketing in the home improvement industry. His company, G4 Marketing Group, specializes in working with home improvement companies to grow sales, profits, and equity value. Brian is creator of the award-winning 1 into 5 program, a turnkey and done-for-you marketing system designed to aid home improvement companies. And I have to stop there and tell you a personal story about this. I was conducting a meeting maybe a week or two ago with, again, a large group of very successful people, and they were bringing up different ways that they were developing new leads and better ways to get leads, particularly leads from past customers. We had in the group somebody who developed 27% of his business based on referrals, and he had used the system. Now, another guy in the room at the same time said, I used it and it didn't work. And so I said to him, well, please explain why it didn't work. Because here's what he said. Well, they did the thing that they said they were going to do. They sent out a tin of cookies. It's a cookie tin, looks like this, and has this and other paraphernalia inside. And he said, once that's sent out, none of those people called me back. My first question was, did you call them? Did you call and say, just check in that you got your cookies? No. Why didn't you? Of course, it was a lead program. It was a turnkey lead. I didn't know what turnkey means. You buy a turnkey, you buy a McDonald's. They are not going to insist that you wash the windows, make the hamburgers rapidly as possible. They're not going to insist. They're going to do those things because you have to add that to the impact of the golden arches that the people will bring you in. With that being said, this is very elusive. Brian Kiss, big reflect.
Thanks. So,
if you don't get the microphone started, you use up almost a half a minute of your time.
Thanks. Okay, so who in here wants to get more repeat business and more referrals? The rest of you are lying. Okay, so more repeat business and more referrals. What I'm going to go through with you is a 5-step action plan. You need all 5 steps. This is based on a blueprint that I put together. I'll tell you guys how you can get that in just a minute. But let me go through these with you real quick. Each one of these has a lot of layers and components to it, but real quickly I'm going to give you the gist of each one. So step 1 is your commitment to creating customers for life. Ken just said it. The biggest asset that you have in your business is your database. Biggest asset. And so you have to decide that you are going to do business different. You are not going to run a transaction-based business, as Tim was talking about for Market Sharp this morning. Are you going to run a transaction-based business, or are you going to run a relationship-based business? There are 2 very different ways of doing business. So that is the first step. And one of the things to think about here, the big takeaway here, is looking at how you do business through the eyes of your customer. What is their experience with your company? And then what is your relationship with them? The second step is earning the right to referrals. So in this new economy, it's no longer acceptable to just do a good job, to just have a great product and have great service, right? They all expect that from us, and they expect us to do that at a very low price. What we've got to do is we've got to work hard to create raving fans. So again, it's about the experience that they're having with your company. It's about what are you doing to create a memorable experience. And it's looking at your process from beginning to end, from the moment they call you all the way through to job completion. Every interaction that you have with the customer is an opportunity for you to have a magic moment with them, to wow them, so that they're talking about you to everybody that they know. Step 3 is demonstrating your appreciation. We've all heard this term, hugging your customers. Well, what are you doing to show your customers that they're special, that they meant more to you than just another transaction, another sale, right? So there's a lot of different ways of doing this. One of the ways, as Dave mentioned, is you send them a gift. You send them a thank you note. You make a phone call. You show up. They're personal, right? So that's number 3. Number 4, getting their feedback. Jim was talking this morning about those consumer site, Piss Consumer, and the internet, and how people can talk about you. Well, what are you doing to know what they're going to say before they go out and say it? So are you surveying your customers? Are you getting them to give you feedback? Are you letting them know, hey, I care about your opinion and what you have to say about our company? Very important. Also, are you using that feedback, the positive feedback that they're giving you, to sell the next prospect? Are you using testimonials? And then step 5, and this is the biggie. So building loyalty and wealth with follow-up. So this is where a lot of companies just really kind of fall apart. What are you doing to stay in touch with your customers? And staying in touch with your customers is not just showing up with a phone call 2 or 3 times a year and saying, hey, give us more money. This is about, Ken was saying, email marketing is one, offline marketing. What are you doing? There's a lot of different ways. You want to use multi-channel. So you want to use the phone. You want to use the mailbox. You want to use email to get to your past customers and stay in touch with them and build a relationship with them. You want to become their trusted advisor, right? So I don't have time to talk about it. There's this thing called toll booth position. So what you want to become is you want to become the trusted advisor when it comes to any home improvement, right? And then you want to have a referral program. This all builds into this. You want to have a program that rewards referrals, that makes a big deal out of referrals. So you open up a whole nother channel of communication when somebody gives you a referral. When someone gives you a referral, if you do nothing, you've done nothing to reinforce that behavior. So what you want to do is you want to reinforce that behavior. You want to say thank you. You want to send them a gift. You really want to make a big deal out of it. Because if they give you one, there's a chance that they're going to give you more. Okay? Hey, Dave, do I have a minute to give an example about...
Oh, you got 59 seconds.
I've got 59 seconds. Okay, real quick. Tale of 2 companies. Okay? This goes from negative 40,000 to 1.3 million. Okay? A client of mine did a mailing to past clients, extracted $1.3 million out of his database. Okay? So anybody who thinks that your database is not valuable, that it's super valuable. One of the reasons why he was able to do that is because he does this. He keeps in touch with his customers. So when he does send the message, hey, I've got something to offer you, they're more likely to respond. The negative $40,000, I've met up with these guys, now clients of mine. They came up to me at an event just like this. They know what I do. And they said, hey, Brian, man, you're right about this following up thing. We started making some phone calls, and we called on past clients. One of the clients that they called, they heard pounding in the background, and they asked the woman. They said, "Oh, what's the pounding?" She said, "Oh, I wish you guys had called me a week or 2 earlier. I'm having siding and windows done." And they said, "Yeah, but we can do that." And she said, "Yeah, but I didn't know you guys could do that." It's a $40,000 job that they lost. This was one of their clients, so they didn't do all of this to protect, to nurture, to build that relationship. So at this point, when you listen to stuff like this, there's nothing new. I haven't given you anything new and revolutionary. You all know this as well as I do. But you have 3 options. Either you take the information, you do nothing with it, or you go back today and you implement a system like this in your business, or you talk to somebody and you have some of it outsourced and you have somebody else do it for you.
Okay, here's a couple of questions you have already, right? Once you send out the package, is the dealer notified, and is he supposed to follow? He or she supposed to follow up?
Well, ideally, of course. What we're doing is we're sending out a gift on behalf of the dealer, of the contractor. the more communication you have with them, the more you stay in touch with them. When you show up, maybe you make a plan to show up at a week after the cookies are going to show up, just to say, hey, how are things going? Of course, it can't hurt.
Along those lines, and this question, I was thinking about this myself.
Yeah.
If someone gets this kind of system with tinted cookies and, were the cookies good? What the hell, when you're hungry, you eat anything. You know, you go to starving people in the world and say, these are good cookies. Now, I don't eat cookies myself, but they look very attractive. What